Hello everyone, this is Michelle Sizemore at michellesizemore.com, and that is Michelle with one L in it. Today you'll learn how to make all of these different ideas using the Dolphin Border Maker cartridge. I used light blue cardstock and royal blue cardstock, gray cardstock, yellow, white, and red, and then I used the C's Please Scrapbooking collection by Creative Memories. Okay, the first thing I'll do is show you how to use this border maker system with the Dolphin cartridge. So here's the border maker system. To take the cartridge out, you push the blue button and gently push out from underneath with your thumb. So this is the Dolphin. Let's do it this way. Put it in this way with the metal pieces sticking out. Okay, to cut a Dolphin border, I'm going to do a light blue one first. I'll just have a light blue piece of cardstock. Put your paper in here, your cardstock, line it up with all of the edges of the gray tray all the way around, and close your magnetic arm, and then pop your tray underneath. And then your cardstock fits in here, and your notches fit together, and there are grooves and notches that fit together underneath. And then you just lean over on it and firmly punch with the palm of your hand. And I stand up when I do this because it helps me to do better with that. Okay, so I'm just going to do that real quick. You just move it up, plop it back in, your notches match up, and punch. Move it up, plop it back in, your notches match right here, and punch. Okay, so that is how you use this border maker cartridge. Now I just want to show you what that looks like. You can see it better if you put it on blue paper. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to save this fallout because I'm going to show you how to do things with that. All the pieces that fall out when you punch your dolphins. Okay, I'm going to actually, because we're going to need it, I'm going to punch a gray piece. And I didn't get a gray piece out. There we go, just a moment. I'm going to punch one more of those. Okay, I'm going to do this one really fast, and I'm not going to explain as I go because I just did. Okay. I might use this later, so I'm going to save that, but what I wanted is all of these pieces that fall out. And I'll show you in a few minutes why I wanted that. Now right here, I have some different pieces of the fallout, and I'm going to use these different colors. Okay, move that aside. Now, to make this idea right here, I just need a little square of paper that is, I wrote it on the back here, 2 inches by 2 inches. Okay, I've already cut that. To show you how I cut that, I'm going to use my 12-inch trimmer, open my arm, line this up at the 2-inch mark right there, and make sure it's straight all the way down. Close my arm and cut, and then just move it sideways. Line it up at the 2-inch mark again. Make sure it's straight on the grid line. And you know what? Let's do this edge because that one was not even. Make sure it's straight on the grid line, straight at the top, and cut. And that is how I got my 2 by 2 inch square. We do have a punch that punches squares, but it's not exactly that size. So that's how I got the square. Now I'm going to take the fallout from what I just punched with the border maker cartridge. And these are scraps. But if you put them together, they look like water. Okay? I'm going to grab a piece of white paper so you can see that a little better. So if you were to mount these side by side, put a little tape runner on the back. I'm going to put some tape runner on the back of, let's make it even with the bottom there. I'm just showing you how this comes out to look like water. There's a little extra piece on there that I need to cut off, a little scrap. So piece them together like that, and they look like water. Okay, so save those scraps because you could do a whole row of those and make water. And that is what I did right here. And it's what I did right here, but I just used a little bit of it. So I'm going to put a little bit of this water down here. Now, I would rather make this look like 2 waves. See how I did that? So what I'm going to do is move, and I use my repositionable tape runner so I can pull this up and work with it, and then over time it settles down and becomes more permanent. But I'm going to piece this so that I will be able to see 2 waves on that square. I'll move it over a little bit more, and then I'll cut off the extra. Okay, here we go. Piece it together. And then that looks like I have 2 waves on there. So I'm going to turn it over and just cut the excess off the back, from the back. And that's how I got my water look on the bottom of my square. And then I already punched out some gray for the border punch, border maker system. And so that's how I got my gray dolphins right here. And then to get the little red heart, because it makes it look like they're coming out of the water and like doing a trick where they kiss, like it's Splash Country or something. There's this punch right here. I'm going to open this up and punch once. And that's how I got my red heart. And then I would just mount those down. I'm going to flip those dolphins over. Put a little tape runner on the back, and I do use the repositionable tape runner. I think that's really important because it only sticks to where it needs to stick. And when you're doing little things like this, that's important because you don't get extra pieces sticking off the sides that show. So, and then I'll put some adhesive on the back of this heart. Okay. There we go. Now, I don't like that I see a little extra blue down here, so of the light blue, so I'm going to trim that so that it just looks like blue water on the bottom. So that's how I got that little cute little embellishment that you could put on your page. I did the white the same way, except I layered 3 layers of water. So I cut light blue and dark blue. And then I also cut this. So I cut all those out with the border maker system. So I had 3 colors. And if you look, I just layered them and staggered them a little bit. And I'm going to hold this up so you can see it better. So that shows there's 3 layers of water to make it look like deeper water and just to give it multicolors. And then I did the same thing. But this square was a little bigger because I wanted it to look like 3 waves of water on the bottom, so I want it to be a little bit longer. So I cut that 2.5 inches by 2 1/4 inches, so it's 2.5 inches wide. Now this one, this yellow one, I cut a circle with the custom cutting system. That was, I used the number 3 template with the inside blue blade. I'm going to show you how that works. So I'm going to grab this custom cutting system. I need my mat, and I have numbered my templates, so I need the one that says number 3, okay? And I said that I use the inside track and the blue blade to get this. So I'm going to grab a piece of yellow paper. I'm going to do this really quick. There's a little track right here. You put these 2 little things that stick out inside the track. They both have to be in there. The blade's going to cut around in the middle, and then you cut. And then I will get that exact size circle that I wanted for this, because this kind of makes it look like a sunset. Okay? And there's a little scraggly piece right there, so I'm going to take my micro scissors and just cut that off and round it a little bit. So I did that, and then I did my dolphins and heart the same way. And again, I just layered 2 colors of water. Now right here, the water looks deeper, so I cut a circle the same size out of this water, and then I just trimmed it off right here so it would be like a circle here that's cut off right there, and then I layered 2 colors of waves on there, just like I did here. And then on this one, I just showed you 2 different versions of this, but I used light blue cardstock. I used the number 1 template, and I used the blue blade on the outside. So let's find the number 1 template, which I am struggling to find. So I'm not going to start over because of that, but basically I'm going to do the same thing I did here, except that I'm going to use the different template that I have number 1 on, cut my circle, and it's going to be a bigger circle. I added this sticker right here in the middle. This is from the Seas Please collection, and then I just put some dolphins in a circle like they're doing flips. And then the same thing here, except that I use blue for the dolphins. And then right here is what I showed you in the beginning, where I pieced the fallout together to make a long row of wave like this. I just kept piecing them together till I got it long. Pieced that and put that on top of the light blue and got that wave. And this one, I did a demo of on another video with just this one, but basically I used the light blue and I cut out the border maker system with it with the dolphins, and I just put some royal blue paper underneath. So I only had to cut, I didn't have to piece anything together. This is actually just behind the light blue, so it makes it look like dark blue waves. And then I put, when I punched that out and put the dark blue underneath, my dolphins were dark blue, so I just put a little repositionable tape runner on the back of these gray dolphins and put them on top. So that's how I got all those different looks out of the dolphin border maker cartridge. And it's a lot of fun to me to take a border maker cartridge and use it, but then to look at what falls out of it and think of what you can do with it. So mostly what I came up with was you could make water, and then you could use the dolphins in unique ways like this. I hope y'all enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.